before moving on, are there any questions about the slate? Everybody got the slate?
I guess we're done with the slate. We're probably trying to.
Any more questions about the slate? Okay. All right.
Oh, does a pen come with a slate, or we have to use the other pens we already have?
Some of them come with the slate. If they're coming right out the package, they're gonna come with the slate. But if they're they'll come. You will use the pen that you already have.
The pen comes with the slate.
Yeah. I'll make sure y'all treat me.
All right. The active view is our camera. It's a nice little thing right here. It looks like a little robot. Right? It has a USB cable to it. It's not like the slate where the slate has a hub. The actual camera has to be plugged in. Need everybody to press your power button.
Where's the power button? The power button. You know, the circle with
little circle with button.
No, I would put power.
A little man came from.
Y'all got a little man? Yeah. All right. There's a menu button on the far right side, bottom, right before entry. Hit menu, hold it down, and then a screen will pop up. And you'll see register, set up, and diagnose. We're going to hit register. There it is. All right. Take it. All right, let's go to register our devices. I'm going to hit register. I'm going to allow, how much is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 devices. You can, when you get here, it's going to ask you to choose how many devices you want to register. And we're going to do 12 devices. And we're going to allow you to type in your own nice little name. And if I hit next, it's going to tell you to power it on. For anybody, the device that went off, power your device on.
So type our name.
And go to menu, go to register. After you put in a pin, this is your pin right here. BFC. And it's right on the side. If you hit B, F, and C, and it's going to jump, and it's going to ask you to input your name. You can put in your name or put in whatever you want to.
Is it BFC?
BFC. And then hit send. Hit send. And once the students start hitting send, it will tell you how many devices out of the number that you put in. Say right now we have 6 out of 12 registered. And you will see over here the devices start popping up. If they put in their name, it's going to have the code of the device, and then it's going to have the name next to it.
When it came up and it happened.
All right? Everybody, we're missing 2 devices. Or I'm miscounting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh no, I know. His name is
Here's menu.
Rose, I put your name on that.
Register.
I don't even see the name.
You can type in.
So just slow down.
He's already done.
Oh, I was like, say, I know.
Alright. If there is a student that doesn't register, when you hit finish, it says device renaming in progress. It'll name everybody who changed their name on your devices. When you come over here, it'll show the names of people that registered. If it's an unnamed, it's just going to show the actual number of that device. Okay? And you can see the names at the very top of your device is real small. But it says what you named the actual device. And if you hit done, now all the devices are registered. And we're going to go to, if we wanted to actually edit the database of the students' names, I can go to my active express poll over here. And as you can see here, these are all the students' names that's registered on the devices. And say I wanted to actually change the profiles or delete them out so they could not use the active expressions, I can click on their name and that will say that the person cannot vote. Okay? If I unclick it, the person can now vote. Okay? If I come out here, click the active expression again, I can go out to edit database. And if I wanted to import or export students, say you have a roll of students and you want to import them in, you can import them in and then you can assign them to a device. That's another way to do it. You can remove students, add students. Say we have multiple classes. You can actually name a class. And so when you come in here, you can choose a class. Say you have your math class at 11 a.m. You can select the math class at 11 a.m. And all the students listed there, they will be listed under this database. Close that out. Cover that. Alright, we got that pin. Okay, now going to the express poll. If we wanted to set up a quick quiz, we could go to express poll. This nice little box would come up. Say now I want a multiple choice. Stop it. I didn't give you the question. Come up here. I select I want A through C. I want to set up that way. And if I say, all right, here's my question. What is today's date? A, it's the 28th. B is the 29th. C is the 30th. And you would pick your A, B, C. If you notice on your screen now, you see A, B, C. You pick one of those. Just pick any one real quick.
And then you have to send. You see?
Put in the letter and hit send. Alright. Rosa, I'm waiting on you. See, that's how we would be in the classroom. You'd say, hey, I'm waiting on. Now, when it comes up, you will actually see a chart that says what has happened, who has responded, what answers they actually picked. This is your graph. By default, the horizontal bar graph comes up. If you want to change it to see who answered what, now here's what we get to maybe a confidential issue when you want to see who answered what. You don't want to show it on the board. So what we would actually do is use our nice little remote and we would hit freeze on our board and our board would freeze. Now if you could get that screen over there, I would be over here, see who answered what, and this would tell me who answered what. Now say you wanted to save this for later. Now this isn't a poll that actually automatically saves. What I've taught instructors is to take a print screen of the actual poll, or if I go and use my camera, I can take a snapshot of the actual screen. Because once I close it, it's gone. Okay? And I'm going to unfreeze, and we can move on to the next slide. Creating an actual flip chart. There are a lot of flip charts that are actually already created that you don't have to go in and create them yourself. You go to Promethean Planet, and then you pick a template that's actually done, or go over to your nice little resource pack, and in the resource packages, there are, if you go into lesson plans, there are questions layout, and if I go into question spaces, it'll show me the nice little question layouts that I can select from and use those instead of recreating creating them on your own. Students find it to be real easy to use your actual devices because they act just like your cell phones. Here, I've created an actual quiz, and now I need to get this quiz started, but I'm going to close out my poll. I'm going to close out my poll. Now my poll is no longer on my screen. So we need to start this quiz. In order to start the quiz without using the express poll in the middle of the screen, there will be a green play button that will highlight once your quiz is once you're on the page where your quiz is, and you hit play, and now it will show you now the box where everybody can go and vote. Yes. All right, everybody go ahead and vote. Now, when you vote, it says A, B, C, or D. What you have to remember is when setting up your quiz, make sure to set it up to where it gives them the actual questions that's going to match. Because here I just put 1, 2, 3, 4, but on the active expression it says A, B, C, or D. And they'll get frustrated because they'll be like, well, there ain't no 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. What is that?
And they will say,
automatically.
and I'm like, 1 is A, 2 is
I
B,
didn't have to say that.
3 is C.
But all I did was press the number of the
Yeah, you press the letter C.
It automatically said.
Yes, ma'am. We're missing area.
She's cheating. She's actually.
Terry asking the question. Answer. This guess one, we ain't gonna give you an F. If you don't pass, if you don't pass, all right, everybody. The winners are D.
I did.
All right. So and that's how that actually works. For the next one, if you wanted to move a pair of student for a type of question, you can use the flip charts and just edit them. Change your view. Say I got this from somewhere, and I can change my view to design mode and go in here and just edit this nice little flip chart for you to use for whatever class you want to use it for.
So you like say you got that from the resource center, and you just want to design over what's already done.
Right.
That's what that icon is for.
Change your view from this is presentation mode and change it to design mode, and now you can actually design it.
In presentation mode, you are unable to move things around?
Right.
Okay.
And you can move things around, but you can't edit things.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be able to edit a text in presentation. All it would let me do is move it from side to side.
Okay.
Same thing for here. If I had an A and B, this is from Promethean Planet. Just grabbed it from there and threw it in here. I can edit that. This is another one. You can actually put a video in here and have the video playing, have the question here, and then have the answers to select. What you also can do is you can choose objects from the resource library. If I want these buttons here, I got from the resource library. Come out here, take this button, and just move it out here and use it just a plain button. It doesn't have to have a nice little layout or setup. It just slide the button over. But when I turn my quiz on, it would actually give them a quiz. Alright? You can also vote on images by labeling them. If you put icons around, put your buttons around the image. If you want them to say, okay, can you tell me where the clouds are? And they would tell me which letter goes to the clouds. And you would have your votes. Alright? Are there any questions? Any questions? You are free to shoot me an email, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. But, alright, if there are no questions, comments, or concerns, I am done.